Hey everyone, welcome to Starz Recaps. Today we're diving into a chilling British thriller from 2016 called Don't Hang Up. Heads up, major plot twists ahead, so watch closely and stay alert. The film kicks off in the dead of night, around 3 a.m. when a woman is suddenly startled awake by a phone call. On the other end, a man claiming to be a law enforcement officer delivers alarming news. Her home has been breached. He tells her that the authorities have the place surrounded, but warns that she must stay put, as moving around could put her and her child at risk. Worried but trusting the voice, she locks herself in the room as instructed, all while being told not to end the call. Moments later, she overhears the officers speaking. Apparently, her daughter has been hurt. Shocked and terrified, she runs out to find her daughter, leaving her phone behind. But here's the twist. What she doesn't know is that the voice on the line was never from the police. It was part of a cruel hoax. The story shifts to a group of teenagers who are thrilled after pulling off their latest online stunt. They often call random people, pretending to be in serious situations, and share the recordings on the internet to gain attention. Next, we focus on one of the boys, Sam. He's spending the evening alone and tries reaching out to his girlfriend. It's clear things between them aren't going well. While scrolling through his phone, Sam receives a connection request from an unfamiliar account, which he quickly declines. Suddenly, someone enters his home unexpectedly, startling him. But it's just his close friend, Brady, known for being full of energy and always up to something. With Sam's parents away for the weekend, Brady encourages him to lighten up and have some fun with a few harmless calls. Sam isn't really into it, but after a lot of convincing, he agrees. For their first joke, Brady suggests they place a surprise food order to a difficult neighbor. He dials a restaurant, but to Sam's shock, the call is answered by his girlfriend, Peyton, who works there. Caught off guard, Sam quietly urges Brady to end the call, but Brady continues the conversation, making awkward and inappropriate comments, while Sam grows increasingly uncomfortable. After that, the two friends continue making deceptive phone calls. One involves falsely telling a man that something tragic has happened to his wife, and another call involves giving someone fake bad news about their health. But in the middle of all this, their phone rings, this time from an unknown caller. The voice on the other end calmly asks if they're enjoying themselves. Brady casually replies, yes, thinking it's just another fan or joke. However, the caller begins criticizing them for finding amusement in upsetting others. He then issues a warning, saying they're about to learn a hard truth. The boys, still laughing it off, end the call. Moments later, Brady decides to contact their grumpy neighbor, pretending to be part of a local safety group. He claims that teens have been disguising themselves as food delivery drivers to break into homes. Strangely enough, the neighbor says someone dressed like that is already standing outside, even though he never placed an order. While the boys continue recording from their window, they're shocked to see that the delivery guy is none other than their friend, Mosley. Soon, the neighbor comes out holding a bat and begins questioning Mosley. Mosley, confused and embarrassed, notices his friends filming the whole thing. Frustrated, he storms over and demands they stop messing around. Now he's stuck paying for the meal. Sam, feeling guilty, decides to cover the cost. Soon after, the mysterious caller reaches out again. This time, his tone is more serious. He tells the two friends that things are about to get a lot more intense, and warns them not to end the call, no matter what. Brady ignores the warning and cuts the call off. The two then start watching a film, trying to brush it all off, but the unknown caller keeps trying to reach them. After nearly an hour, they finally pick up, still thinking it's just someone playing around. But what happens next chills them both. The voice starts saying their full names and even shares their exact home addresses. He also brings up the fake delivery trick they just played on their neighbor. This time, the mood shifts. The two teens are no longer laughing. They ask the caller to identify himself. He responds by saying they'll know soon once they meet in person. Then, before hanging up, he gives a name, Mr. Lee. Suddenly, there's a loud knock at the door, startling both of them. They immediately assume it's the mysterious man and start preparing to defend themselves. But it turns out to be Peyton, Sam's girlfriend, holding a pizza box. She thinks this is just another one of their setups, especially since Mosley had messaged her, saying he wasn't feeling well and she needed to cover his deliveries. Sam, confused, explains that they didn't order anything. Even so, he's relieved she's there and invites her upstairs so they can talk alone. Sam tries to convince Peyton to stay a little longer and even shares a quick kiss with her, but she politely declines. She has a busy shift ahead. Unbeknownst to them, Brady is secretly recording the moment from the hallway. Right after Peyton leaves, the unknown caller, who now calls himself Mr. Lee, reaches out again. This time, he mentions details about Sam's personal life, including the challenges he's having in his relationship. The two friends are no longer amused. They demand that the caller stop whatever he's doing and reveal who he really is. Instead, Mr. Lee calmly warns them, if they choose to end the call again, there will be serious consequences. But Brady, clearly irritated, hangs up anyway. Moments later, Brady gets a message on his phone. It's from Mr. Lee, telling him not to ignore the next call. Now suspicious, the boys start to believe that their friend Mosley might be behind all of this. He's the only one who knows their full contact details, where they live, and even what they just did to their neighbor. Just then, Brady receives a blurry image on his phone. It appears to show two people tied to chairs. At the same time, the house landline starts ringing. Sam answers it, and the voice on the other end claims that he isn't Mosley, confirming that he's been listening to everything they've been saying. Brady's phone buzzes again, and this time the image is clearer. It shows what looks like his own parents restrained and seated. Disturbed and alarmed, Brady yells at the caller, but Mr. Lee only responds with a chilling warning. If he wants his family to be safe, he should not end the call. Before Brady can react, Sam disconnects the line. He insists they need to contact the authorities immediately. Brady, still shaken, agrees. Sam dials for emergency help, but to their horror, the call is answered by Mr. Lee. In a panic, Sam grabs Brady's phone and tries making another call, but once again, the same unsettling voice answers. Frustrated and scared, Brady heads toward the front door, intending to run to the neighbor's place for help. But just then, another warning appears on their screen. If they step outside, something terrible will happen to Brady's family. As the tension builds, Sam notices that the webcam light on his laptop is glowing. That's when it hits him. Mr. Lee is watching them in real time. Before they can respond, their television switches on by itself, playing a disturbing video. On the screen, Mr. Lee is seen standing near someone who's tied up and badly hurt. It's Roy, a member of their online group known for making those fake calls. Frozen in fear, the boys watch helplessly as Roy appears to lose consciousness, while Mr. Lee looms over him. Mr. Lee then looks directly into the camera and coldly says that this was just the beginning. The main part of the night is still to come. Moments later, the entire house goes dark. The power is out. They hear strange noises coming from upstairs. Footsteps, something moving. At the same time, Sam receives a message on his phone. It's a video showing their friend Mosley tied up and begging for help. Believing Mosley might be trapped somewhere upstairs, Sam rushes up to search for him. Meanwhile, Mr. Lee begins speaking privately to Brady. And whatever he's about to reveal, it's meant only for him. The caller tells Brady that he and his family will be spared, but only if Brady completes a specific task for him. Upstairs, Sam checks each room carefully, trying to find the source of the noise. Eventually, he discovers it was just a robotic vacuum cleaner bumping around. He quickly heads back downstairs, and that's when he discovers Mosley. To his horror, Mosley is restrained using clear wrapping material and secured by the neck to the back of a door. Sam frantically tries to free him, but it's already too late. Mosley is unresponsive. After taking a moment to cover him and clean up, Sam turns to Brady and asks what the mystery caller had demanded earlier. Brady replies with a disturbing statement. It's now a matter of deciding who gets to walk away and who doesn't. Sam, confused and angry, presses for answers, but Brady insists they need to run, even if it puts his own parents at risk. He believes that escaping is the only real option left. Sam, however, refuses to accept that. He's convinced there must still be a way to fix this. At that moment, their TV flickers on again, and now it shows footage of Peyton being taken by someone from behind. This throws both boys into full panic. Brady, overwhelmed, tries to bolt out the front door. Sam stops him, and the situation quickly escalates into a struggle. During the scuffle, Brady ends up unconscious on the floor. The television then switches to another feed. this time showing Peyton restrained and visibly distressed, tied to a chair. Desperate to save Peyton, Sam pleads with the caller, willing to do whatever it takes. Mr. Lee then offers him a disturbing choice. He says both Sam and Peyton will be set free, but only if Sam is willing to take drastic action against his own friend Brady. What makes it worse is that Brady was already given the same deal earlier, and he chose to spare Sam instead. Now torn between loyalty and fear, Sam seriously contemplates what to do. Eventually, he decides not to go through with it. Instead, he restrains Brady to the stair railing to keep him from escaping or doing anything reckless. As they argue over what their next move should be, the power suddenly cuts out again. In the darkness, a shadowy figure briefly appears, but neither of them notices. Then the television flickers back on, showing old footage of a young girl, possibly Mr. Lee's daughter. Sam immediately recognizes her as the same person who sent him a connection request earlier that day. It becomes clear that Mr. Lee has been observing their entire group online for quite some time, tracking their messages, calls, and interactions over the past year. While going through more of the computer files, Sam comes across a video labeled Peyton 3. Brady quickly begs him not to open it, claiming he doesn't know how it got there. But Sam plays it anyway. To his shock, the video reveals Peyton in a private, intimate moment, and with Brady. Even worse, the footage was recorded without her knowing. Stunned and deeply hurt, Sam loses control and lashes out at Brady emotionally. Right then, the power returns, bathing the room in light once more. But everything between the two friends has now changed forever. The two get into a tense struggle. Sam continues staring at the screen, watching the video of Brady's parents. That's when he notices something strange. The clock in the background shows a time that's 2 hours off from the current one. He quickly realizes that what they're watching might not be happening live. It could be a pre-recorded video. With this in mind, Sam refuses to take any action until he's given real proof that Peyton and Brady's parents are still safe. Mr. Lee insists on moving forward with his demand, pressuring Sam to carry out the task. For a tense moment, it seems like Sam might go through with it, but instead, he cuts the ropes and frees Brady. Standing firm, Sam tells Mr. Lee that he won't do anything unless he's shown clear evidence that the others are unharmed. Suddenly, Mr. Lee changes his tone and reveals disturbing footage, confirming that something terrible had already happened to Brady's parents earlier in the night. Brady is frozen in disbelief, and that's when the power cuts out again. Now, in complete darkness and feeling helpless, Brady urges Sam to go find help, but Sam refuses to leave him alone. Instead, he insists they leave the house together. However, as soon as Sam steps outside, Brady locks the door from inside, determined to confront Mr. Lee on his own and put an end to the chaos. Outside, Sam notices a suspicious white van parked nearby. As he cautiously approaches it, he discovers a setup of monitors and equipment, revealing that Mr. Lee had been planning everything in advance. To Sam's immense relief, he also finds Peyton inside, tied up but alive. He immediately frees her. Meanwhile, Brady quietly exits through the back door of the house. But what he finds stops him cold, Mosley's body gently swaying on a swing. Before he can process it, we see Mr. Lee silently approaching him from the shadows. Back at the front, Sam suddenly hears a cry in the distance. He tells Peyton to contact the authorities right away, and then rushes back inside to help his friend. He searches the house room by room in the dark, spooked now and then by unsettling sounds and eerie music. Just as he begins to call out for Brady, Sam hears another noise, this time from the backyard. As he turns to investigate, the masked figure, Mr. Lee, appears behind him. Sam, holding a baseball bat, manages to overpower the masked intruder, and in a moment of panic, uses the man's own blade against him. But as he removes the mask, he freezes in shock. It's not the person he thought. It's Brady. His best friend's mouth had been covered, preventing him from speaking, and he now lies motionless after whispering his final words. Brothers for life. Just then, the mysterious figure known as Mr. Lee finally steps into the room. Devastated and confused, Sam demands to know why he did all of this. Mr. Lee coldly explains that everything happening tonight is a response, a personal revenge for what took place when a cruel phone call reached his home. We're then shown a flashback from earlier. The same woman seen at the beginning of the film had rushed from her room in fear after a terrifying call. She had picked up a weapon for protection and, mistaking a shadowy figure for an intruder, reacted too quickly. Tragically, it was her daughter, and in that single moment, her entire world collapsed. Unable to live with the grief, she later ended her own life. Now, Mr. Lee holds Sam responsible, saying that his group's actions caused irreversible damage to his family. He points a weapon at Sam and says he must now face the same pain. A sound rings out, then silence. The next morning, we see Sam still alive. But in each hand, he finds a weapon, one a firearm, the other a knife. He slowly steps into the backyard and is horrified. All of his friends are lying lifeless around him, including Peyton. Sam cries out in shock just as law enforcement arrives and takes him into custody. The final scene shows a news bulletin summarizing the tragic case. It reports that Sam lost control after discovering inappropriate footage involving his girlfriend and his closest friend. He is believed to have turned on everyone who may have been involved, though the full truth remains unclear to tell. And that wraps up the story behind the movie, Don't Hang Up. What did you think of that intense ending? Make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more recaps like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.